Hello, everybody. Hi. That piece of hair. Stay. Okay. I think it's gonna stay. Okay. Hi. So it's been like a week. Uh, which actually isn't really that much. Uh, hey. Damn it.
No, get out. I'm live. You know you're not allowed to be in here when I'm live.
I didn't know you were alive.
Okay. Well, it's 8 o'clock. It's your bedtime.
No, it isn't.
Oh, yeah, your bedtime's at 9, isn't it?
Yeah, and I just got home.
Okay, well, go take a shower. How about that?
No.
You need to take a bath. I could see the sweat dripping from your forehead.
My mom said I don't have to wash my hair.
Okay. Well, at least go wash your body.
No.
Because I can see you are soaked in sweat.
Not right now.
And with this, get out.
This one is doing a little. Ow!
You okay? No. Did you stub your toe? Oh no.
Okay. Hi. Okay. Give me a second. I'm about to go bother Mojo. Okay. We're going to wait until some people get here before I start telling stories. I have a lot of stories lined up. I actually made a Google Doc and organized everything by day. I'm going to mute that because I don't like hearing myself talk. My throat hurts. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. But yeah, I organized my story by day. Like I have stories from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Nothing really notable happened today except for the camp directors. No. One of the members of the band, their truck broke down. And my dad ended up having to stay behind to fix it. And I ended up being until Kasana. By the way, you gotta change the name of your kitchen. Shit, I forgot about that. There we go. I need to fix this. There we go. Save. There we go. Okay. So, oh, okay. Hello, hola, or I don't know. Hello, Mingeza. I hope I'm saying that right. Mingeza. So yeah. This past week, Mojo thinks my dungeon is too hard. Maybe it could be for like S tier people, like I don't know. But I'm not here to talk about the silver S&P, okay? I am here to talk about the amazing week that I had, because I have a lot of stories to tell. Let me see. I'm going to start off with Monday. So Monday. So actually, I don't even know how to start this. Oh my gosh. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna start with Sunday. Sunday was a good day. We started by meeting up at La Casona, and we had dinner. You should attempt your dungeon. Okay, maybe. So yeah, we had dinner, and then Mojo raged. Okay, stop talking about the silver S&P. Okay, I am here to talk about my week. Mojo said I almost. Are y'all done? Are y'all done? Are you done? Are you done? Oh, by the way, so I braided my hair this morning, and like before. What the fuck? I am honestly surprised I have not banned Mojo from my chat at this point. I Mingueza, I'm very flattered. I am single, but I am not looking to date for technically single. I am not looking to date anyone for a while, because of what happened with my last boyfriend. I am just, no boys until after college, Right now I'm focused on getting stuff ready for college. Actually, today, like maybe like an hour or so after I got home, I immediately started packing stuff up into boxes. Like my shelf over here, like half of the stuff that was on my shelf is now in a box right now. All of the clothes from this top drawer and like a couple of things from this drawer are in a box or in a suitcase or in another suitcase, which actually that second suitcase is not full yet. I have clothes in the dryer that I need to put in there once I'm done. Ningeza said, I'm in no hurry. I'll wait for you. You never know. You might be the one. I'm sorry. I don't know you. I'm just boundaries, okay? I'm sorry, but no. Gotta go back over here. Yes, stories. Thank you, Moja. All right. So after we had lunch on Sunday, well, it was more like dinner with how late it was. We went to Walmart because me and the rec team, which I was on the rec team, we had all the games and stuff. We went to Walmart and we did a whole bunch of shopping. We went in there and we were like, hey, we're going to start off with 3 carts. And that's what we said, but we ended up grabbing 4 instead. And we left with 5. We went in saying that we were going to grab 3. We grabbed 4 instead and left with 5 baskets full of groceries. And we had all kinds of stuff. We had large things of pancake mix. We had like a giant thing of flour, which we actually ended up having like half of that bag of flour left over. And they were like, we don't know what we're going to do with this. And I was like, I'll take it. I'm a culinary. I like cooking and baking and stuff. So of course I'm going to want to take the flour. So I brought the I did end up bringing the flour home. But yeah, we bought like a shit ton of Jell-O, a shit ton of Jell-O, pancake mix, ketchup, mustard, and all this other stuff. And you will find out in a minute why we bought all this stuff for, because I assure you it was not for eating. Okay, so so we got to the camp, right? And we took all the groceries, we sorted everything by what day we would need it. And I ended up having my own room again, like I did last year, until like Tuesday, I think it was, where Tuesday, I will get to Tuesday in a second, actually. But yeah, I had my own room. Everything was going great. We were there. We, talked and, we planned things out for Monday. And we went to bed. The next day was kind of chaotic. And, I felt like I felt anxious. Because, this is my second year on the rec team, but I was still anxious because I was starting to become, more involved. I didn't really feel much like an outsider anymore. But I did still kind of feel like an outsider, if that makes any sense. I was no longer the new kid. I was no longer the new person on the rec team. But 2 people... we actually had 3 new members, actually. We'll call them Annie, Emily, and John. No, I said rec team as in recreation. Okay, where was I? Okay, so Monday, right? So it's Monday morning, and it's, time for the record, this is a church camp. We all went inside. We all went backstage in what we call the tabernacle. And everybody who was back there, like Team Wordplay, which consisted of oh gosh, Chris and Ryan, those were their names. So Chris and Ryan, right? Team Wordplay. We had a band back there, and we had our main guy on the microphone. His name was Eric. And he, for the record, Eric is bald and he has this long beard. And most people at the camp who have been there for a while know him as Eric the Bearded, Lord of Beards, speaker of short food prayers. Okay? Because whenever he whenever we're in the worship center or the tabernacle, whichever one, and and like, you know, he's closing us out and we're about to like go eat lunch or dinner or whatever, he just does a quick little thank you Jesus for the food, amen, and then everybody just like starts storming out of the room and somebody's like, no, my bun fell down. Sad noises. Oh well. And here I was thinking it was secure. But yeah, he just does like a quick little thing like that, and then like it's just like a storm. It's like a whole freaking army. Like, you know that scene from Lord of the Rings where there's this one scene where Gandalf shows up with a large army, and like they all just like come flooding down this hill, and that's what it looks like to our kitchen crew when everybody starts storming out of the freaking worship center. But anyways, need to get back on track. Okay. Yes, I am talking about camp. I'm talking about church camp. But yeah, it was the recreations team. It was the recreation team's turn to go up on stage and introduce ourselves. So we did. So we went up on stage, and everybody took turns. Hi, I'm Sari. Hi, I'm Annie. Everybody. It was Darius's turn. I'm giving a fake name for his protection. It was Darius's turn. Fake name, by the way. Darius had the mic, and he was like, yo, 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 what's up? Let's get this shit. And we all started freaking out because it was his first time on the rec team, and he almost just freaking cussed right up there on stage. And we are so thankful that none of these sponsors were in there. But like by the end, the whole thing was live streamed as well. There was a freaking live stream. It was the whole freaking thing was being live streamed. And on stage in front of 700 teenagers, this dude said, hey, yo, what's going on, guys? Let's get this shit. Like, he was going to say, let's get this shit started. And a lot of us are so thankful that he didn't finish the sentence because, oh my gosh, so many parents are going to go look at that live stream, and they're going to start calling people, and they're going to start freaking out. And like, I actually didn't even find out about it until like, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday night. And I just like freaked out. And like, Emily, she like pulled up the live stream on her phone, and she was like, yeah, here it is. Here's the part where it happened. And like, I started freaking out too, but I was also laughing my ass off. It was hilarious. Thank you. Mojo is asking me to make him a mod on Kick, and I have no idea how to do that. I will have to do it later. But yeah. Bro's never being on rec team again for real. He's fine. Like, because like it's like there was like a understanding amongst the rest of the camp staff, because like he grew up in like a very chaotic family. What was the link for the camp live stream? I want to see the clip. I'll try to find it and I'll send it to you guys in the Discord. I'll share it on the Discord because oh my gosh. Okay. Post it in the Discord. I will. But anyways, so so yeah. That was like the most notable thing that happened on Monday. And I didn't even know about it until a few days later because I didn't notice. I was just like up there because I was on stage and like all I was thinking was like, okay, I'm going to tell them my name. I'm going to tell them my camp nickname. And then I'm just going to hand the mic back to Sarah. And like that was all that was going through my head. And I didn't notice anything else that was going on. Nobody could get my attention until that mic was handed to me. And I was just like, okay, this is happening. It's like, I live stream all the time. Like, it's fine. But usually with these live streams, it's like 10 people at most. Like 5 on a bad day. Or actually 5 on a good day, really, at least. But what was your nickname? I will tell you in a second. I would, you would think that I'd be, used to public speaking and all that, but I am not. It is very different because like right here, I'm talking to a screen. I'm talking to a camera. All right. I was talking to over 700 teenagers. All right. I was on stage introducing myself and like those freaking middle schoolers are freaking brutal. Okay. They are mean. And sometimes I do not like them. So what was your nickname? My camp nickname was Simon. And once I get to Thursday, you will find out why my nickname was Simon. Actually, no, I can tell you right now. So the year, yes, my nickname was Simon. And the reason for that is because last year I was Simon for Simon Says, and I got every single high schooler out. All right. And by the way, the high schoolers and the middle schoolers are like separated. They have different schedules and everything because like, having all 700 kids at once is just like way too much. So, they get split off and they have different schedules to make it easier for us. Last year, the middle schoolers were mean to me because I did a little tricksy on them and they didn't like it and they got mad about it. And somebody told me that I sucked. And I was just like, Simon Says you're out. How about that? And like, I said that and that was just like against one middle schooler. And like, I did not feel bad about it at all. But I did feel really awkward and embarrassed because not only was it my first year as a rec team member, but because I was new, I did not have or get a lot of respect from these middle schoolers. The high schoolers were different. Like, they were more understanding, and like, they're older, so they're like more mature as well. They're not as mean as the middle schoolers. So, and like after the middle school group, once I got to the high school group, I was like, okay, I think I got it this time. And I took them out like that, like just like that. And that's why my nickname was Simon, is because I'm always Simon for Simon Says. Because and but yeah. So yeah. Monday, I wasn't really feeling very confident because of the fact that I was still like, getting into the mindset of one camp, hey, I'm in charge of 700 kids. Like, it was a lot for me to take in. And, we played our games, the dude that I was partnered with, we'll call him Caleb, I guess. Caleb, he's a coach, and I guess he could kind of notice whenever I messed up and stuff. And so whenever I would mess up, or whenever he would like notice I started feeling awkward, he would like take over. And like at times, like I felt thankful for it, but after a while, it was just like, dude, let me learn from my own freaking mistakes. Stop doing stuff for me. Caleb, it's Caleb with a K actually, but Caleb is a fake name. Remember, I'm using fake names here. Anyways, where was I? But yeah, it got really annoying after a while. But before that, like I was thankful for it. Tuesday, however, I started feeling a little bit more confident. Let me read this. Okay, so Tuesday was actually a really good day. We ended up playing a game called Water Balloon Hot Potato, and honestly, probably one of my favorite games, like to play at church camp. I'm lagging. Hold on. My screen's lagging. Okay. There we go. Okay. So we played Water Balloon Hot Potato. And that was honestly like really fun. And like it was really easy to like handle and deal with and everything. And like in the end, like I did start feeling more confident. Kids actually started listening to me. And like I was starting to like, get like a bit of a and then let me think. We did actually end up having to leave the campgrounds because we needed to grab more stuff from a storage unit because we needed stuff for Wednesday. And Wednesday was amazing. But yeah, we actually ended up getting Sonic on our way to the storage unit that day. And oh my gosh, the cherry slushie. I have not had a slushie from Sonic ever since I worked at Sonic. And honestly, it was a little bit nostalgic for me because I actually did kind of enjoy my time working at Sonic, but it was still like, it was so hot all the time and it was like miserable. But on the other hand, like, I did kind of like enjoy it. Let me see. Okay. So later Tuesday night, right? I was just like, we were I think it was sometime around evening extra. The boys' room. All right, because we just have like this little string of hotel rooms, all right? And we had, I think, 4 of them. We had 4 rooms. 2 of them were the boys' rooms. 2 of them were the girls' rooms. And there were 5 girls and 4 boys. 2 of the boys stayed in one boy's room. 2 of the boys stayed in another boy's room. 2 of the girls stayed in one of the girls' room, which was actually more like a suite. It was like a studio apartment kind of thing. You know, it had like the area where you had a king-sized bed, and then a set of bunk beds, and then a couch, and then a kitchen and a bathroom. And like it was like a studio apartment. And then my room, I ended up rooming by myself because Sarah and Emily ended up rooming with either their church, and Sarah roomed with her church because they didn't have a sponsor in there with them. Like Sarah was the only female sponsor, and so she had to be in there with her youth group's girls. And then Emily ended up staying with her parents in her parents' hotel room. But yeah, I had a room to myself. And then Annie and I need a fake name for, let me think. Cammy. We'll call her Cammy. So Annie and Cammy were in the suite, and then I had my own room. John and Caleb's room ended up flooding because their piping was having trouble. And so I ended up giving up my room, and I ended up moving in with Cammy and Annie. And honestly, I feel like I should have moved in with them in the first place because, hold on, I'm lagging again. Is it done? Is it done? Okay. I feel like I should have roomed with them in the first place because, like, it was honestly really fun. And, like, you know, we had a lot of fun and stuff. She was great. I went to the same campus, so I'm not this year, though. I respect you. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah. It took me like 5 minutes to get all my stuff over there, if I'm being honest. But yeah. While I was in there, you know, we were all just like chilling, you know, all the teenagers, all the kids were in bed, you know, or in their dorms at least. And us girls, you know, yeah, it was all of us girls. We were in our room, and, you know, we were just chilling, and we were planning things out for the next day. And I heard Cammy say the word shit, and that was the first time I had heard somebody at church camp cuss. And I was just like, huh? And, like, this woman's a teacher, too. But, like, she also did, like, come from, like, a very chaotic family, just like Darius's family did. I had to remember the fake name there for a second. But yeah, it surprised me because, like, the way this woman, like, acted, the way Cammy, like, you know, just, like, she was, like, so sweet. She seemed so innocent. And, like, it was surprising to hear the word shit come out of her mouth. And, like, she just, like, quickly looked at Sarah and she was like, sorry. And Sarah was like, you're fine. But yeah, that kind of, like, shattered my spoiler. These aren't fake names. They are fake names. They are very fake names. I cannot give y'all their real names because if I did, like, you know, they might get in trouble. But anyways, I'm lagging again. Give me a second. Is it done? Okay. Who makes Caleb with a K as a fake name? Because the dude's real name starts with a K, so anyways, what's next? Wednesday. So as a student and during my first year of being on the rec team, I did not want to get wet. I did not want to get muddy. Like, it was just like icky for me. And I felt like so insecure about getting muddy or wet because I was like, I don't want to have to deal with that when I get in the shower, you know, stuff like that. And I ended up, what the fuck? Oh. Okay. Okay. So while I was, so we on Wednesday, right? We call it wet day because we get it. You know, people get wet. You know, we like hose them off with water all the time, you know, and stuff. And people get like really muddy on wet day too. And the game that me and Caleb were in charge of was tug of war. And that was really fun. He was the one who did most of, you know, the rules and, you know, saying like which teams would take which end of the rope and stuff like that. And I was the one with the water hose. And so like every few minutes, you know, I'd be like spraying these kids down with water and stuff. And at one point, some kid came up to me and he was like, "You're really good at spraying people." And I was like, "Thank you?" Like, what kind of a compliment is that? Like, I think it's a compliment. I mean, I hope it's a compliment, but like, what kind of sus? Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Because like, hi Rat, welcome to the stream. It took everything in me not to laugh my ass off right then and there, because I just like I had to remind myself to breathe because that is not the kind of compliment would expect to come out of a child's mouth. Because it's sus. Also another thing, so I have a lisp. All right, those of you who have been here for a while know that I have a lisp. And somebody like came up to me to get hosed off because like they were just like covered head to toe in mud, and they were like somebody said something about the fact that the girl wasn't wearing or was wearing her socks and decided not to take her socks off. And because I wasn't really focused, when I tried to like tell her, "Oh yeah, that's actually a good idea because the it can help keep you cool," like, you know, I was trying to say that, and instead of saying the word socks, I said sacks. And because of like all the background noise and stuff, you couldn't tell like exactly what the word is. And at the time, it sounded like I said the word sex. And I was like, "Oh, I hope nobody knows that." Which I'm actually not the only one who accidentally or even sounded like they said like something they shouldn't have. They This is not live. This is live actually. Hi. But anyways, I took, what was I gonna say? Oh, that's right. Caleb accidentally said the word dick at one point, and I didn't know about that until he said something about it. Let me see what else happened Wednesday. Okay. So, yes, the D word. So, what did I just do? Okay, put that back right there. Okay. So yeah. Annie ended up leaving. Okay, bye. My little attention span is moving on to something else. That's okay. That's okay. You have a good night. So Annie ended up leaving after Rec Awards, which is where we like say like, hey, this is the team that had like the most hype. This is the team that won the most games and stuff, and all. This is the team that had the best cheer, because we actually separate the kids into teams, and like those teams have their own separate rotations and stuff like that. I should have explained that sooner. But later that night, we ended up all gathering into our room to talk about Thursday and our plans for Thursday. And at one point, we started talking about how kids were going to peel bananas with their feet. And they made jokes about how I ended up taking the banana station because it was like the one where I was least likely to get messy, because I don't like getting messy. I do not like getting messy because Thursday is most well known as Messy Day. And there is food everywhere. But anyways, yeah. One kid, wait. No. We were talking about what we were going to do for Messy Day, who was going to take what station and everything. And we ended up talking about the fact that kids were going to be peeling bananas with their feet for one of the stations of the Messy Day games. And somehow this led to a conversation about OnlyFans. And Caleb was like, I mean, like, if I could get rich off of selling feet pics, I needed extra money, like I would do it. And I was like, yeah, that's understandable. Like, especially since you can use a fake name, you don't have to show your face and stuff like that. Nobody would know that it's you. So like, you could get away with only doing feet pics on OnlyFans, and like, don't you have one of those? I actually do not. I have been wanting to get one. I should not have said that out loud. I'm joking. But yeah, I have joked about getting an OnlyFans because I wanted to, like, save up extra money and stuff, which I probably could. I could do it, but I'm not going to because that would put me in a very anxious position, and I don't like anxious. When? What do you mean when? I'm not doing that. I'm not getting into OnlyFans. Are you insane? But yeah. Us girls ended up staying up late because we had to make what we call flour bombs. And what we do is, and this is actually where the giant bag of flour comes in. So we took some tissues, right? Tissues, and we would scoop flour out, and we would put it in the center, and we would, twist it up as if they were dumplings. And then we would have to gently put them in this bucket that we kept them in. And while we were doing that, we made like at least 3 jokes about cocaine while we were doing that, which was, again, surprising because, this is a church camp. You would expect other people to, be godly or zealous or something. But then I remember that I'm there. And like it's like, oh yeah, they're just like me. But yeah, at one point I ended up like getting some flour on my finger, and like I looked at Sarah and I was like, and she was like, don't do that. Don't do that. You're gonna get flour in your lungs. That's a bad idea. I was like, I ended up sneezing like 5 times that night. But yeah, Annie ended up having to leave because she was going to Japan and she did not want to be late for her flight or anything. And I almost cried because I'm not gonna lie, Annie was Annie was my favorite, one of my favorite people to be around. Like, she was one of my chosen people, right? Because whenever I am in a situation where I am awkward, like I don't know where to go, I don't know where to be, I don't know who I should be with, like I choose a person to basically be glued to. Like, I choose a person to adopt as my, friend that I just follow around wherever and hang out with. And Annie and Cammy were my chosen people. And John was as well. And I actually need to check on my kick. Okay, they're not. Wait. Okay. But yeah, I had, my chosen people. And one of my chosen people ended up leaving, and I was sad, and I almost cried. I was very upset that she left. And I am hoping that she comes back next year. And Thursday. Oh, Thursday. So, when Thursday came, I actually started feeling like useful. I didn't feel as insecure as somebody on the rec team. Let me see. Okay. Some notable things that happened. Okay. So the thing about Messy Day, right? I've been going to this camp since I was 10 years old. First couple of years, I was there as what we call a staff kid, which is like the child of a staff member. And my dad was a staff member for the church camp. And I ended up, like, as of yesterday, I have gone 10 years without getting messy at Messy Day. And like I would do like all kinds of things to avoid it, right? I would climb up in trees. I would like go hide at like the auditorium. I would go I would like stand in the far back, and then like when the food fight started at the end, I would just run straight for my room afterwards. And I would do whatever it took to avoid getting messy because I did not want ketchup or mustard or peanut butter or like whatever else they had there. I did not want that shit in my hair or touching me. I did not want any ketchup or mustard touching me, okay? Because I found it very disgusting. But now that I'm a rec team member, I have to be there. So, I would I would just do whatever it could. So I was at my station, right? And the way the game actually worked, because we had all the middle schoolers, right? And then like next rotation, we had all the high schoolers, all right? And the way we did it was like a relay, all right? We had kids at each, like all 8 stations, all right? First station was a slip and slide that was covered in pancake batter, chocolate syrup, sprinkles, maple syrup, like, you know, all different kinds of breakfast foods and stuff. And they would do a slip and slide thing through that. And then they would do like this twister kind of thing. And then they would come to my station in which they would peel bananas with their feet. And after that, they would move on to this station where I think next was the station where they got flower bombed by their partner or whatever. And after that, they had to... Oh my gosh. I'm so sad that Annie missed this part of Rec, because one of the things that we bought from Walmart was a pack of adult diapers. And the reason we bought adult diapers was so that the kids could take those adult diapers, dip them in like porridge or really thick oatmeal or something. I don't know. I think it was oatmeal. They would scoop up a whole bunch of... I'm sorry, Meta Knight. Okay. They would scoop up a whole bunch of oatmeal with this adult diaper, and they would have to put on the adult diaper. And then they would have to grab their partner and wheelbarrow them, meaning their partner would be down on their hands, and the person wearing the oatmeal-covered adult diapers would hold them by their ankles, and they would have to move on, and we call that wheelbarrow. And then the next one... I'm sorry. You're gonna have to like start over watching this. I'm sorry, Meta. But yeah, after that, we would have this station where we had mystery juice. And this mystery juice had vinegar. It had, I think, a bunch of soda or something. It had like a bunch of stuff that even I don't know about. It mixed in with it. That's why it's called mystery juice. And they would have to pass that, I think, under their legs, and then the person behind them would take it and then pour it on their head, and then they would run to the next station. And this was actually the last station. It was a slip and slide covered in laundry soap. And they would slide across that, and then everybody from their team would make a human pyramid, and then the person on top had to chug a soda, and then their team was done. After the middle schoolers were done, I had to grab whatever bananas were left so that I could protect them from the middle schoolers while they had their food fight. And I like ran over to where we had like cars parked and everything, where we had all the supplies for high schoolers. And I was just like standing there, arms full of bananas, and like people would pass by, like I was just like, sup, just like over here chilling, arms full of bananas. And at one point, a couple of kids walked over to me. Like I said, Meta, I'm sorry. You're going to have to watch this from the beginning, or at least go back like 20 minutes, maybe-ish. Okay? Because I'm not starting over. I'm not restarting this story, okay? I was holding the bananas, and these two kids walked up. They had their hands covered in mustard and ketchup, and they were like, "Hey, can we get you messy?" I was like, "No, but thank you for asking. That's really sweet of you." And because I think they could tell that I was trying to not get messy, because like instead of like using my hands to pile all the squished up bananas into a pile, I was using my feet.
Get out of my room.
You're still alive?
Yes, I'm still alive.
It's only been an hour.
Get out. Do not hit me. Get out. You know you're not supposed to be in here when I'm live.
And you know you're supposed to knock before coming in my room. But yeah. I'm pretty sure they could tell that I was trying to not get messy. However, I'm having cyber psychosis. What happened? I'm sorry. Okay, long story short, church camp, messy day, bunch of food stuff going on, lots of kids got soaked in ketchup, mustard, and all that stuff. Okay, Meta Knight. Okay, that's what was going on. It was a relay race where people got very, very messy. Okay, that's why we called it Messy Day. Church camp, say no more. Okay, that's fair enough.
What?
So yeah. Once the middle schoolers left and, went to get cleaned off and everything before they had to go to morning worship, we set everything up and, we did the whole thing all over again with the high schoolers. But oh my gosh, the stench, the absolute stench, it sucked. But now, at this point, the high schoolers, they did not give a shit. If you were not messy already, they would make sure you got messy. So what I had to do was I looked around and I found my mom. She was sitting on her golf cart and I ran straight to her as soon as the last person got to their team and they did their human pyramid and chugged their soda. As soon as the last team was done, I made a run for it. I zoomed across the field, ran straight to my mom, hopped on the golf cart, and I was like, punch it! And she put that golf cart in reverse. She went and we ended up hitting a curb while backing out of the parking spot. And we zoomed off and we went around this corner and stuff. And I was trying, we all stayed back away from all the mess and we just watched the kids. They were throwing oatmeal at each other. They had balls of ketchup and they were squirting at each other. They had mustard and pancake batter and bananas. Oh my gosh. Back to the middle schoolers. After I gathered what bananas I could carry and took them back over to the supply area, I turned around, all the rest of the bananas were gone. All the rest of the bananas were gone. Those high schoolers made quick work of the bananas. They went over there and they grabbed what bananas they could and they just started chucking them at people. They were peeling them open and mushing them up and smacking people's faces. It was a sight to see. And I'm glad I saved what bananas I could because I almost did not have enough left over for the food fight for the high schoolers. But yeah, anyways, I was with my mom on our golf cart and after all that, I went and I helped the rest of the rec team clean everything up. And I actually ended up getting to drive the rec team golf cart. And I was so happy because I was just okay, I'm gonna get what supplies I can. Because while they were cleaning the buckets and stuff, and like the trash cans, all the stuff that we had the mystery juice in, the oatmeal and all that. They were cleaning all that stuff off while I was organizing everything and putting it on the golf cart. And like I got on that golf cart, and it is not like driving a car at all. You have to like really push the pedal down. You really have to push the gas pedal down. And it's not like driving a car where like if you just go, like if you just push it a little bit, it's going 10 miles an hour. No, you have to go just to go 10 miles an hour. And I didn't realize that. So like I was reversing out of the parking spot very slowly. And I was just like, okay, I don't know how to drive a golf cart. But like I learned very quick how to drive the golf cart. I ended up taking supplies back and everything. And I was so happy that I got to drive the golf cart. But yeah, let me see. Oh, that's another thing. So before the kids go and have dinner, right? We have what we call the Rec Awards. And during those Rec Awards, we award the winning team what we called the Spirit Stick. And like this Spirit Stick, it would usually just be something that like us on the rec team would like put together. Like it would just, this year it was a stick with a noisy chicken on one side. It had a duck on the other side. And we actually had 2 Spirit Sticks, one for junior high, one for high school, because they were like 2 separate groups. The junior high Spirit Stick ended up getting stolen, and the team that had won the Spirit Stick the previous night, we made them do what we call the donut dance. And I'm about to have to show you guys what the tiny donut dance is, right? So with the tiny donut dance, what you do is you bring your arms up like this, right? And you have to spin while saying, I'm a tiny donut, I'm a tiny donut, I'm a tiny donut. And but Alexa's like, Matt's like, no dancing. I'm a tiny donut, I'm a tiny donut, I'm a tiny donut. But we made their whole team do that, except for like these 2 guys who were just being a couple of spoiled sports. They were like, we have more respect for ourselves. And I'm just like, no, you're insecure. You're insecure. I'm sorry. But yeah. After that, after, we like got onto them for losing their Spirit Stick because they swore to protect it with their life. We make them they take vows. They make a vow to protect the Spirit Stick when we first give it to them. We make them get on one knee and we make them promise to protect the Spirit Stick before we give it to them. And they broke that promise, so we made them embarrass themselves in front of like 400 kids, like 350 kids. But anyways, before we awarded like this little stuffed ninja thing that had all of the rec team's names on it, because that was like our new little Spirit Stick. That, like, before that, we would play, before we would award the Spirit Stick to a different team, we would play a game. And on Messy Day, it was Simon Says was the game. Simon Says was a game for Rec Awards. And guess who was Simon for Simon Says? Simon was. That's who. And my nickname for church camp was Simon. And, I think it's obvious why my nickname was Simon. And oh my gosh, I demolished those kids. I was because like when it comes to Simon Says, like I just have to not think. That's all I have to do is just not think. And like a couple of times I did this thing where I would say like rub your belly, and while telling them, like I would tell them like Simon says rub your belly, I would rub my nose, and a bunch of kids went to rub their nose instead of rubbing their belly like Simon told them to. And I was just like, y'all are out, bye. And like actually something that we do every time we play Simon Says, did you crush this spit? Of course I did. Who do you think I am? But anyways, when we would first start the game, right? I get handed the microphone and I'd be like, all right, let's get this started. Everybody stand up. And then almost everybody would stand up. And I'd just be like, you're all out. I'm sorry, you're all out. I didn't say Simon Says. And I'd just be like, practice round, that's fine. Simon Says stand up. And like, you know, I would like start getting people out. And then like when there's just like a few people left, I would be like, all right, can y'all get like closer to the middle? Can everybody come to the middle aisle? And like everybody would start coming to the middle. I would just be like, you're out. And like the few kids that did stay, I would say like to everybody who is still in, well, actually, I would say Simon Says, everybody who is still in, come to the middle. And then they would do that. And then I would get out who else I can. And if I ran out of time, then like, you know, it was whatever. Middle school actually did really good. They had like, I think like 8-10 people left. When I got to the high schoolers though, after I was like, you know, warmed up, you know, like I got through the middle school, you know, and I was warmed up. I was ready for high school. I was like, Simon Says touch your head. Simon Says touch your knee. Simon Says touch your nose. Simon Says rub your head. And I'd be like rubbing my belly. And like a whole bunch of kids that got out. It got down to one kid left. And I would be like, hey, all right, hey, that's pretty good. And like, you know, that one kid won the entire game. And when he
Knock. What are you doing?
I'm going to bed.
Oh, okay.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Did that get worse, sir?
What? Oh, yeah. I haven't had time to fix it. I'm sorry.
It got
Okay.
worse, sir.
It's
Yeah.
more worse, not worse.
No, it got worse.
Well,
Not more worse or more worser. Just worse. Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah, but more worse is an actual thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
It's not proper grammar.
I've heard people say it to me.
Because those people failed in English class. Anyways. But yeah. There was that one kid left. And at church camp, we have what we call the dart game. Alright? Where if somebody said your name and you looked at them and they had their hand up like this in front of their mouth, you were darted. Alright? And you would have to lay down. And you would have to wait for somebody to come and touch your neck, because that was like the equivalent of like taking the dart out or whatever. This kid, while I was on stage and like, you know, he was on the floor, like in front of the stage and everything. And he was like, hey, Simon. I was like, yeah. And he was like, I was like, this kid darted me while I was on the stage in front of 350 children. And I was just like I fell to my knees. Like I was just like utterly defeated. And I like I started falling back, and like Sarah came up and she was like, no, we need you alive. And she came and touched my neck. And I was like, one way to protect yourself from the dart game is if somebody says your name and you think they're about to try to dart you, if you put your hand on your neck and then look at them, you're safe. So yeah, after Sarah touched my neck, I put my hand on my neck and I was like, how dare you? And like Good night. Thanks for confusing me. You're welcome. We I actually need to check. Okay. All right. Good night, Meta. You have a good night. So anyways, I looked at him. I was like, I'm gonna get you back for that. What's your name? And he was like, I'm just gonna say like the first letter of his name, C. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get you back, C. And then it was time to award the spirit stick to the winning team. Guess who was on the winning team for Rec Awards? C. That's who. So after, his team got awarded and, they made their vow and everything, as they walked off the stage and, they were walking in front of it down the main middle aisle to get back to their chairs and everything, I was like, hey, C. And he looked at me and I was like, pfft. And right then and there, the entire crowd just went, oh! And like, I felt like a celebrity at that point. I got that kid back within 5 minutes of him getting me. And by the way, it became a well-known fact that it was easy to dart me because I would keep forgetting to protect myself from the dart game whenever somebody would call my name. And at that point, I was also going by the name Simon. So whenever I would look at people and they would just dart me, I was getting darted left and right. And I kept forgetting to protect myself. I had to keep because I would get darted and nobody around me would notice. I'd have to be like, Simon says, somebody touch my neck. And somebody would walk over I got you. Oh my gosh. At the end of the middle school rec awards, a bunch of kids came up to the stage and hold on, my glasses are crooked. A bunch of kids came up to the stage and they were like, hey, can you sign my shirt? Hey, can you sign my shoe? I signed somebody's Croc, which was actually kind of weird for me, but it's whatever. I signed notebooks, shirts, shoes, and we had to hurry up because the high schoolers were starting to come in for their turn at Rec Awards. And so I was just riding as fast as I could. And they went to dinner. And but yeah, and I got to the cafeteria and I was still people were asking me to sign shit. Last night, even later in the night, and then this morning as we were all getting ready to leave, and I felt like a little mini celebrity and I felt really cool. Let me see, is there anything here? Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yesterday was also my brother's birthday. Yesterday was my little brother's birthday. He turned 19 yesterday. And I was up on stage and he's in there with the high school group. So I got all the high schoolers and this was during Rec Awards before I started the game of Simon Says. I was like, okay, before I start the game, today is a very special day. It is my little brother's 19th birthday, and I told Haven to stand up, and he was like, I was like, yeah, come on, stand up. And so he stood up, and I got the entire, I got everybody in there to sing happy birthday to him. And it just felt good because I got everybody to sing happy birthday to my awesome little brother. And it was a very awesome moment because for a day, my little brother was just a little mini celebrity. and like seeing, he was just like smiling. He was so bright. He was practically glowing. And it had been a while since I saw him like that. He was just like so happy, and I was just like, it's my little brother. But yeah, after that, after the high school group was done, me and the rec team, we went to lunch, and we skipped the lunch line because we're allowed to do that because we're staff. We went inside the cafeteria, and we got our food. We sat down and we ate, and then once my brother got in there, and he sat down, my sister showed up with cupcakes, and I went over there to eat with them. And, we just talked for a little bit. And honestly, I'm not going to lie. By the end of yesterday night, I didn't feel like a student anymore. I didn't feel awkward or like left out. I didn't feel like an outsider in the rec team anymore. I felt like I was actually helping. I was finally able to do stuff to help instead of standing there awkwardly because I didn't know what to do, like I felt last year. No, this year I was actually able to get stuff done, and honestly, that's mostly because last year our rec team leader, he wasn't a very organized rec team leader. We wouldn't get stuff done until the day it needed to be done, and stuff like that. But with Sarah, she kept everything organized, and unlike last year, this year we actually had free time to just sit down and chill and take a break, and honestly, I'm really thankful for that. And she was kind of the big sister of the rec team. And I think by the end of Thursday night, we were all just one. We were all a family at that point. And, we were brothers and sisters, And it felt good to, be a part of something like that. And hold on. Let me see. Yeah. Last year, I still felt like an outsider. I still felt like a student. This year, I did not feel like a student anymore. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry. I got cut off. I'm sorry. My computer shut down. Again. Actually, that was the first time. But as I was saying, let me make sure it's okay. So with this page, better start responding. But anyways, as I was saying, I felt respected. I finally felt like an adult. I actually finally felt like a part of the rec team. I no longer felt like a student. Like I still felt like a student last year. Let me see. And oh my gosh, last thing before I end the stream, because my computer hates me right now. Later that night, last night, the megaphones that we use were all gathered under the table in our room. And Sarah had asked me if I would clean them off and take the batteries out before I went to bed. I was like, yeah, I'll do that. Just thinking about it makes me want to throw up. These megaphones were covered in ketchup and chocolate syrup and whatever the hell else was still on it from Messy Day. It was enough to give a grown man trauma for the rest of his life. I swear if this page isn't responding. Okay. And okay. There we go. That should be better. Okay. It was disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting. And I had to clean ketchup, chocolate syrup, and whatever else off of 5 different megaphones. I got to keep the batteries though, because these megaphones were going back into storage for like the next 360 days. So I ended up getting to keep the batteries, and I actually ended up getting to keep the extra batteries that we had as well. So now I am currently in possession of 52 Type-C batteries, and I have no idea what I'm going to do with them. Balloon Boy? What? But yeah, I'm currently in possession of 52 Type-C of C-cell batteries. And I have no idea what I'm going to do with them except for use them for my keyboard, because I keep forgetting that I needed to buy more C batteries for my megaphone. And now, not my megaphone, my keyboard, my piano. But yeah, now I have 52 batteries that I have no idea what to do with, because, well, technically I got 56. And then I put 4 of them in my keyboard. And then the other 52 are in that bag that I just showed you guys. But yeah, it was a crazy week. And I had a lot of fun. It was really hot, though. It was so freaking hot. I freaking have a sunburn on the back of my hand. Look at that. Do y'all see how red that is? Do y'all see that? That's bad. It was so bad, and it hurt so much, and my skin felt so dry until I finally put some aloe vera on it. Go back to bed. Hey, go back to bed. It looks eggshell white. That's because of the lighting, but it's bright red, I promise you.
Get out. Why are you eating ice? Go back to bed.
Oh my gosh. That child is going to be the death of me someday. And I would be okay with that. But anyways, yeah. I had sunburn on my thighs, on my legs, on my arms, and the back of my hands. Before Monday, I think, I had never had a sunburn on the back of my hand. It was just usually it would just be my wrist down, but for the first time ever, the back of my hand got sunburned, and it's dark. It's really dark, and I'm hoping it doesn't start healing, because that's gonna suck. You ever just make chicken salad at 9 p.m.? It's fun. If you say so. But yeah, I ended up getting to keep the flour, those batteries, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And as soon as I got home, I immediately started like packing stuff up, and like I realized like about 2 hours after being home that I just cannot sit still. I'm starting to feel like I have to be productive. I have to be productive. I have to be doing stuff. When I got home, first thing I did was put my laundry in. I put my dirty, sweaty laundry in the washer. All right. And then after that, while my clothes were in the washer, I came in here and I started packing stuff from my shelf into the boxes and everything. I'm pretty sure I already told you guys this. But yeah, now I have a bunch of boxes that are full of stuff. And like I have suitcases full of clothes and stuff. And like I just cannot sit still. I have to be productive. And like not just that, but also like going to church camp like hard reset my sleep schedule, because right now I'm already tired and I already want to go to bed. That's how hard church camp has hit me this week, because like I stop telling me that the page isn't responding. I don't care that the page not responding, as long as my Kick live stream is okay, as long as my YouTube live stream is still working. I do not care if the website is not responding. Fuck off. You should hop on Minecraft real quick and play my dungeon. Maybe I will. Maybe. Like I said, I feel like I have to be productive and stuff. I have to be productive. Yeah. Hard reset on my sleep schedule. I'm planning on going to bed at midnight tonight, or whenever, like at the soonest possible time that I can, because I'm actually supposed to be going swimming with my sister at her friend's apartment pool, if that makes sense, because her friend got a new apartment and the apartment has a pool, and they, invited us to come swimming. But yeah, as soon as I get home, I'm going straight to bed because I am exhausted. And I feel like my eyes are going to pop out of my head because that's how tired I am. I don't have a headache. I'm just I'm just really tired. Like, it's surprising. I'm going to go to bed at the earliest time that I can. And I actually have an alarm set for 8:30 because I ended up having I have my alarm set for 8:30. So I'm going to be getting up at 8:30 tomorrow. And I have no idea what I'm going to do with all the time that I have now. Because I feel like I am going to be more productive now. I am going to be more productive. I am going to refuse to procrastinate. I refuse to procrastinate any longer. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing it no more. I can't take it. I think it is about time that I end the stream because, yeah. I will see you guys all in my next live stream. I hope. Until then, y'all take care and y'all have a good night. By the way, I do have a public Snapchat profile, by the way. So, go check that out because I actually, please do go check it out because, I don't know if the pictures are still up. I think they are. But the first day, right, the Streamlabs work, I think so, yeah. Cammy French braided my hair and everything. And oh my gosh, when I took it down that night to get in the shower and everything, it was curly, it was pretty, and it looked good on me. And I was just like, oh, I wish my hair was like this all the time. But it can't be like that all the time because my hair is only wavy. It's not curly. It's straighter than it is curly, but it's wavy. And I wish it was curly like that all the time because it was so pretty. And I did not want to wash it. I did not want to get wet and like, you know, get rid of all the curls and stuff. And like that's actually why my hair is braided right now. That's why my hair is braided right now, because I want my hair to be like, you know, nice and curly for when I go to work tomorrow. Because I have no idea what that looked like. I don't know why I did that. I could just, yeah. But yeah. Yeah, go check out my Snapchat profile. You know, I actually, okay. So before I do end the stream, I just want to say I did not know that people like actually like followed you. I didn't know that there was like a whole analytics thing and everything like there was on, you know, YouTube and Twitch and all that. I went on my public profile to, you know, look at it so I could see the pictures that I took of my hair and everything. And I scrolled all the way down and my follower count was at 71. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, where did all these people come from? And yeah, it was a whole thing. Okay, I do need to go. And I'm trying to donate. Oh, thank you. That's sweet. Okay. Here. What's something else I can talk about? Here's something I can talk about. So while we were at Walmart on Sunday, I did like a bunch of personal shopping. You know, I bought myself some Gatorade and I bought this. And I've eaten like 2 bags of chips out of it. 3 actually. I ate 3 bags of chips out of here. And I added a bag of Oreos I stole from the office. And a Rice Krispie treat that was left over from when we had the kids mold the shape of Texas. Because like they would be given 2 of these large Rice Krispie treats, and they had to take them and they had to mold them into the shape of Texas for a evening extra game. And I ended up keeping one of the leftover Rice Krispie treats because, like, who doesn't want a large, like, Rice Krispie treat, right? All right? Like, I'm not the only one, right? Like, it's a giant Rice Krispie treat. Who wouldn't want a giant Rice Krispie treat? Okay? Like, and I still have a whole bunch of snacks left over. I still have like 3 Gatorades left over because people kept people kept Sarah kept showing up to mine and Caleb's field to give us Gatorade and water. And so I hardly ended up drinking any of my Gatorades. I was always drinking the Gatorades that she brought me. So I guess I kind of saved me some money on like snacks and stuff, but like, goodness gracious. Like, I don't know what happened. I really don't. I'm actually about to chow down on those Oreos right now because they look so good right now. Those Oreos look so good right now. Why are people DMing me? I will finish reading that later. Let me see. Egg is mushroom, right? Right, Egg? You're Mr. Mushroom? Am I right? Hold on. I have freaking gospel songs stuck in my head right now. Ignore me. I have no idea where Egg went. What is this? Okay. I got kind of weird DM. It's weird. Hello? Oh my gosh! You were supposed to be in bed 40 minutes ago! Go back to bed!
I found my sick cat.
Yeah, I see that. You were literally wearing it earlier. Okay. I love you too.
No, I was wearing Nana's earlier.
Oh, okay. Go to bed! Go to bed!
I can't see. Why? I'm going to bed.
I am going to. Woo! I am going to end the stream now. I hope you guys all have a good day or night, with whichever one it is for you. I will see you guys all in the next live stream. Until then, y'all take care of yourselves, drink lots of water, take care of yourselves, okay? Go to bed at a decent time, okay? Yeah, I love you guys all so much. I will see you guys next time. Are you sure you want to end your broadcast? Yes, I am. Bye, guys. Bye. Mwah.